Good morning, students. So in last class we are discussing about some special properties. In that catenation covalency we are completed. Next some 2 points are there. So that is multiple bonding capacity. So fifth one, multiple bonding capacity. See, if you see first element nitrogen has a small size. So because of small size, what happens between nitrogen and nitrogen, one bond is happened. Next, between two nitrogens, double bond also happened. So and between two nitrogens, triple bond also happened. So what will be the bond order? So 1, 2, 3. So bond order means what? Number of bonds between the atoms. That is the bond order. So 3 bonds also happen in between two nitrogens. Suppose if you see phosphorus, one bond is happened. Next, in between, phosphorus size is increases. So phosphorus size is increases means if you take two phosphorus, one bond is happened. This orbital and this orbital both are far away to each other. Size is increases means orbitals are far away. So side-on overlapping. So side-on overlapping means pi bond formation capacity is decreases. So that's why if you take P double bond P, so that is not existed. In between two phosphorus, multiple bonds are not forming. So top to bottom in the group, the multiple bond formation capacity is continuously decreases. Suppose with this phosphorus, so one atom is a large size, one atom is a small size, then multiple bonds are available. See, suppose phosphorus is a large size, it can form two bonds with oxygen. So one is a large size, one is a small size, then multiple bond is happened. Suppose the phosphorus with double bond NH also forming. So phosphorus large size, double bond CH2 also possible. Next, suppose if you take phosphorus, two double bonds are not existed. Suppose phosphorus, one double bond O is okay, but two double bond O's, this is also not existed. So up to one large size, one small size, one multiple bond is okay. More than one multiple bond, that is not existed. So next, so we can sixth point, you see the oxidation states. So some other special property, oxidation state. First of all, what is the meaning of oxidation state? So the number of electrons loses or number of electrons are gaining or number of electrons sharing. So number of electrons loses or gaining or sharing for getting octet configuration stability. Octet configuration stability. Such a number is called as oxidation state. Based on the oxidation state only, they are going to form the compounds. So that's why that is a very, very important oxidation states. So one by one we will see means, say nitrogen is showing more and more oxidation states. If you see the nitrogen, basic oxidation state is -3. It is showing -2 also, -1 also, 0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5 also. So this much of oxidation states shown by the nitrogen. Next, If you take phosphorus, phosphorus is showing -3, +3, +5. So these are shown in ground state. So this is showing excited state. So famous oxidation states are these two of the phosphorus. Next, arsenic, antimony, that also they are showing the same. Suppose you are showing bismuth. So bismuth is showing bismuth +3 and bismuth +5. So bismuth +3 is showing stable and this is unstable. So because of bismuth +3 only, why stable means 2 electrons are not coming outside. This is you called as inert pair effect. Why it is bismuth +3 is stable means inert pair effect. Why it is came? Because of lanthanoid contraction. See, the bismuth element is available after the lanthanoids. So that's why, because of lanthanoid contraction, N has 2 electrons, means inert pair effect, not coming outside. So that's why bismuth +3 only is stable, bismuth +5 is unstable. So now that special properties of 15th group is over. So now we are going to discuss about chemical properties. Yes. So we have completed physical properties. Now chemical properties. See, in chemical properties means these group elements react with which elements and how the molecules are coming. So now here I am discussing so which compounds they are reacted, what are the molecule is coming, what are the structures, bond angles, that much we are going to discuss. Next, in that some compounds specially we will discuss after completion of this chemical properties as given in your NCERT. See, in chemical properties, first reactions with hydrogen. So reaction with hydrogen. So otherwise the compounds, hydrogen compounds. Otherwise you take hydrogenated compounds. See, suppose this elements react with hydrogen. So what will be the oxidation states? Say, suppose electronegativity series. Everywhere you can think about electronegativity series. So based on this only, which one you will get negative, which one you will get positive, you will get. So that shortcut we are given just. So now hydrogen is enough for us. Where is the hydrogen? Where is the nitrogen? So nitrogen is left side. So left side has the highest electronegativity. So that gets a negative charge. So in any two you take right side one has lowest electronegativity, that gets a positive charge. So that's why if you take nitrogen, so nitrogen is a -3, hydrogen is a +1. So what will be the formula? 3 is coming here, 1 is coming here. So you can write as a NH3. So NH3 is the nitrogen with hydrogen formula. The famous name is ammonia. So now phosphorus is reacted. So PH3, arsenic ASH3, antimony SbH3, next BiH3. If you see the stability, so nitrogen is a small size, surrounded with 3 hydrogens. Bismuth is a large size, surrounded with 3 hydrogens. So similar atoms have more stability. So that's why it is stable. Highest stable. Bismuth is what? Unstable. So stability order. Suppose you are taking the stability order. So stability order means NH3 is greater than PH3 greater than ASH3 greater than SbH3 BiH3. You can take this one. Next, here, which hydrogen is easily coming outside? So reducing nature according to hydrogen. So reducing nature according to hydrogen. So means which hydrogen is easily releases. This is stable. This hydrogen is not releases. So that's why reducing nature according to hydrogen it is less. Now reducing nature according to hydrogen it is more. So bismuth is readily losing hydrogen because of unstable compound. Next, according to lone pair, so reducing nature according to lone pair. So the lone pair is easily donated. So that's why it is more. Because of high electronegativity, it will take electrons from hydrogen. This lone pair is easily coming outside. So here, reducing nature. So according to lone pair, it is what decreases. So lone pair is easily coming outside. That only you call as basicity. So that's why the basicity of ammonia is high. So the basicity of BiH3 is less. So in your examination, so basicity is also important. So NH3 is greater than PH3, ASH3, SbH3, BiH3. So that. Next, poisonous nature. So poisonous nature they will ask. So ammonia is less poison. So BiH3 is a high poisonous. So in entrance point of view, these points are important. So generally you can write this one. So stability means the same sizes, nitrogen and hydrogen. But bismuth is a large size, hydrogens are small size, means that is unstable compound. Next, one more important point. So here what in NH3, hydrogen bond is happened. So hydrogen bond is observed. So actually, if size is increases, see, if size is increases, atomic size or molecular size, so melting point, boiling points are increases. So this is one basic point. If size increases, melting and boiling point. Suppose you are going to here, so what happens? Atomic size, mass also increases. Not the size, atomic weight. So you can take as weight. Atomic weight or molecular weight increases means melting and boiling points are increases. So that's why continuously melting and boiling points are increases. But actually ammonia is a safe side because of formation of hydrogen bond. So that's why where is the effect is happened means pH3. So the pH3 boiling point and melting points are very low. So the important point, pH3 boiling point and melting points are low. Next, ammonia boiling and melting points are high due to formation of hydrogen bond. So in entrance point of view they will give 4 options. Which of the following has the least boiling point or least melting point? You must concentrate on pH3. So actually these are reactive with hydrogen, these are forming what? MH3 type of. So this is what? MH3 type of compounds are forming. So these are some important points. Now we will discuss about one structure of that one. So what is the structure of ammonia? ammonia we are taken. So here, so nitrogen has one lone pair, 3 single electrons. So it forms 3 sigma bonds, 1 lone pair. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 means what? That is sp3. 1 plus 3, 4. So 3 are there means you take nitrogen is central, 4 bonds are there. So you write down 4. In that 3 are sigma bonds. So 1 is lone pair. So 3 sigma bonds, 1 lone pair is there means the structure is what? Pyramid. So bond angle is 107 degrees. So that is. Okay, these are about reaction with hydrogen or hydrogenated compounds. Now, second one, reaction with halogens. Reaction with halogens, otherwise halogenated compounds. So halogenated compounds. Now everything is depending on electronegativity series and oxidation states. So now I am going to take nitrogen versus fluorine. Nitrogen versus fluorine. So then what happens? See, nitrogen is right side, fluorine is left side. So nitrogen has +3, fluorine has -1. So your formula is what? NF3. Suppose if you take nitrogen and chlorine, so then what happens? Nitrogen is left side, so -3, chlorine is -1. So that is what? Plus. You are getting NCl3. So see the difference. In NF3, nitrogen is +3. In NCl3, nitrogen is -3. Anyhow, formula is the same. So that's why these are forming. Actually, here nitrogen is a small size, fluorine is also small size. So that's why it is a stable compound. Now, nitrogen is a small size, chlorines are large size. So, imbalance of the sizes, so that's why it is unstable. So, nitrogen react with halogens, these two are the important. NF3 and NCl3, that to be NF3 is more stable. So, now you come to phosphorus. See, if phosphorus, already we are shown what are the oxidation states. Phosphorus is +3 is there, +5 is there. So it is a ground state, this is excited state. So that's why if you take phosphorus +3, fluorine is -1. So your formula PF3. So PF3, PCl3 you are getting. Now phosphorus +5, so chlorine -1. So that's why you will get PCl5. PCl5, PF5, so like that. So phosphorus reacting with chlorine or halogens, you are getting these compounds. Next, these structures also we will discuss. Next, in bismuth you see, in bismuth what happens? Bismuth +3 is stable, bismuth +5 is unstable. So that's why, so bismuth react with chlorine, you are getting what? BiCl3. So now we are going to discuss about what are the structures of PCl3 and PCl5. Next, NF3 NCl3 is similar to ammonia only. See, PCl3. So phosphorus, you can write 5 unpaired single electrons and empty orbitals are there. So here 3 chlorines. So here 3 sigma bonds are forming one lone pair. 3 plus 1 4. 4 means directly you can write as sp3. 1 plus 3 is 4. So the 4 number is there. So that's why phosphorus you take, write down 4 bonds. In that 3 are chlorines and 1 is lone pair. So that's why if 4 out of 4 is sigma bond means a tetrahedral, but 1 is lone pair. So that's why the structure is going to pyramidal. So bond angle is nearer to 107 degrees. So this is the PCl3. Suppose you take PCl5. So here this pair of electron also connected with chlorines. So how many sigma bonds? So 5 sigma bonds are there. 5 means 5 number, 1 plus 3 plus 1. So sp3d. The structure is become as sp3d. 5 bonds. How to write? Phosphorus you take central and write down 5 bonds. In that 5 out of 5 chlorines only with sigma bonds. So that's why what will be the structure? So trigonal bipyramid. So trigonal bipyramid structure. It is also written as TBP. Bond angles if you see here to here 90 degrees. Next in the trigonal planarity, so you have 120 degrees. Straight line 180 degrees. So these are the structures of halogenated top. Next. So third. So reaction with oxygen. So reaction with oxygen O2. Otherwise oxygen compounds. Otherwise oxides. So here also. So first nitrogen react with oxygen. See, I am individually taking nitrogen versus oxygen. So what happens? So already we seen what are the nitrogen, which one is plus, which one is minus. Highest electronegativity oxygen. So that's why it has a negative sign. Next, nitrogen has a positive. So how many nitrogen positives are there? So that already we are given. So minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5. See, nitrogen has this much of positive oxidation states are there. So everybody react with oxygen negative. So nitrogen plus 1, oxygen minus 2. So your formula is what? N2O. Next, nitrogen plus 2, oxygen minus 2, 2 cancel, you are getting NO. This is also you written as N2O2. Next, nitrogen plus 3, oxygen minus 2. So your formula is N2O3. Nitrogen plus 4, oxygen minus 2. So here 2 cancel, 2 is coming here. So you are getting NO2. This is also you written as N2O4. Next, nitrogen plus 5, oxygen minus 2. So you are getting N2O5. See, if nitrogen react with oxygen, you are getting N2O, N2O2, N2O3, N2O4, N2O5. So in this basic one is important one is basic oxidation state. Nitrogen is a 3 number. So that's why N2O3 we are taken as a basic. And what are the names? This is nitrous oxide. So it is also called as a laughing gas. Next, this is nitric oxide. So otherwise, dinitrogen monoxide, nitrogen oxide, dinitrogen dioxide, dinitrogen trioxide, nitrogen dioxide, dinitrogen tetroxide, dinitrogen pentoxide. So like that names also. Famous is N2O is a laughing gas. Next, after completion of all these general compounds, specially we are going to discuss. So that time we are discussing everything that compounds also. Now, nitrogen, oxygen we are discussed. Now, phosphorus, oxygen we will discuss. See, now phosphorus versus oxygen. See, where is the phosphorus, where is the oxygen? Oxygen is the left side, so you are getting negative charge. Phosphorus is the right side, in this line you are getting positive charge. How many phosphorus we know? So phosphorus we have 2. Phosphorus plus 3 is there in ground state, phosphorus plus 5 is there in excited state. So oxygen minus 2. So you are getting P2O3. Next, oxygen. 5 is coming to oxygen, 2 is coming here. So that is P2O5. So when phosphorus is reactive with oxygen, you are getting 2 compounds. But in the nature, phosphorus is available as a P4. So in the nature, phosphorus is available as a P4. So that's why these are taken as a double P4 O6. This is P4 O10. So this is generally called as phosphorus trioxide, phosphorus pentoxide. If perfectly you want to write means diphosphorus trioxide, diphosphorus pentoxide. So that is. So oxide compounds in detail, their structures and everything in the next we will see that all those compounds.